Hey guys, my name is Justin and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, Designing the Dream. For years now, I have used design as a way to feed my creativity, whether that be redoing my rental apartment in Los Angeles, California, designing and building new clothes, baking, gardening, designing and throwing massive parties, you name it, I love it. I decided to start this channel as a way to share my journey through all of these projects with you all. I hope you're as excited as I am to go along for the ride. So, let's get started. Welcome to Designing the Dream.
Let me go, it's my time. Watch me build another life. Find another space, explore the world and find my place. You find some peace of mind. Hope the night was worth your time. Threw my heart away. We won't see another day. We both know the score. We've been here once before. So many words unspoken. You took my heart, it's already broken. You don't have to wait. I can take the pain. I will surrender. Let me go. It's a new adventure. On the new adventure.
First project we're gonna tackle on this channel is something I'm super excited about, and that is my bedroom. This is a room that I have been thinking about for about 3 years now since I moved into this apartment. I decided to tackle most of the communal spaces first. The kitchen, the living room, the dining room, the bathroom. These are spaces that guests were gonna see, so I wanted to do those first, but I'm really excited to get started on this bedroom. So the first project that we're gonna be tackling in the bedroom is going to be on this wall. And we're gonna be building a faux wall that's gonna come out about about a foot basically from the wall, about 12 to 14 inches. And inside this faux wall that's gonna be about 60 inches wide, I'm gonna have a faux fireplace, a mantle, and the TV is gonna be mounted above it. So the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is get this place cleared out here so that we can put the design up on the wall, tape it out. I'm more of a visual person. I like to be able to see what I'm building. I want to make sure that the size is right, the scale is right for me. So I'm going to tape everything out on the wall just so I can visually see it, and then I can start building. Is this yours? So this is a great lesson for why I do this taping out method, because I have the mantle right here and I actually like its height on the floor. The problem is this 6 inches right now, that's the bottom of the TV, and I think I want a little bit more room so I can put something on the mantle, obviously, and not block the TV. So I think I want to drop this just a couple more inches, not too much. Luckily, I have a lot of room in between the fireplace, which is this box right here, and the mantle. So I'm going to drop that down real quick. All right, so this is option number 1, which to me is actually the least exciting of the options. Just pure symmetry, just shelves on both sides, and we call it a day. It does give a sense of grandeur to the room, though. It's already feeling massive. This room is feeling so tall, which I love. But I want to try the other two options and see what I like, because right now I don't mind this. I just think we can do better. So let's tape out the other options. Option 2 would be to have bookshelves going from floor to ceiling. All right, so this is option 3, and that would be to have a desk here at about 31 inches off the ground, standard table height. It would come about 14 inches out from the wall, the same depth that this wall is gonna be. It would be flush with that, whereas the shelves up above, I wanna do about 10 inches out from the wall, so they'll be reset a little bit from this faux wall that I'll be building, but I want the desk to come out the full amount so I'd have more space to work with. I'm not sold on it yet. It would be a more functional use of the space, and then I could still do more of like artwork or do a photo collage wall on something to match the other side of the fireplace. I could still use that, and I'd have the shelving up above, but this would give me a functional desk to work with from my computer. Right now I'm just working from my dining room table, which is fine. I don't necessarily need a desk or an office space, but if I can have it, maybe it's a more functional use of the space rather than just having shelves that go all the way up and down that I just need to fill with stuff. So I'm building this wall in 3 separate sections. The first section, the bottom base here, is gonna house the fireplace. The second section is going to house the TV unit. And then there'll be a top unit, which will be about 2 feet tall. There's a couple reasons I'm doing this. First of all, I wanna be able to build this as like a piece of furniture so that I can take it out, not damage the wall, take it out and possibly move it to another apartment whenever I move. And because I'm doing it in 3 separate sections, 1, I can actually get it out the door. 2, if my next apartment or wherever I move doesn't have as tall of ceilings as I have, I can just take that top section off, still have this wall that's a standard 8-foot wall, and put it into whatever room that I want to in the future. So now at this point we have the bones of the structure completed. It's probably a little overbuilt. I mean, this thing is sturdy. It's not going anywhere. I can climb on this thing, and I feel pretty solid about it. Obviously, I wanted it to be able to hold weight because it's going to hold a giant TV, and it's going to hold the electric fireplace underneath, so I don't want this thing going anywhere. Now comes the fun part. We get to start wrapping this project in shiplap. I don't want this project to start looking farmhousey. That's really not the aesthetic that I'm going for, but shiplap seemed to be one of the best options for me as something that could be taken down eventually. Obviously, I could have put a bunch of board on it and I could have plastered over it, made it really look like it was part of the wall without actually connecting it to the wall. But then when tearing it down, it was gonna be a huge mess, and it's not really something that would be movable to a different location if ever I wanted to do that. Whereas the shiplap, all I have to do is remove a couple of the boards, take the nails out, and then I can redo that, repaint it, and put it wherever I want in the future. I bought one of these, this access panel that I'm going to put into the side of the unit, so I'm able to obviously get to the power strip, get to the plug that everything's going to be attached to on the inside. Obviously, if I build up all the walls and I don't have access to it, if something slips out there, I'm going to have to rip apart the entire thing. So I figure an easier way is just to build it up, cut out a little hole, pop this baby in, and then I have easy access to all of the electrical inside. Alright, we have a couple floating shelves with the lights attached. I need to stain them still, so obviously I'm not putting the lights in their place quite yet. But I'm pretty happy with the way these turned out. Obviously there's some gaps around the edges because this building is obnoxiously old and not square. So I can fill those in, that's not a big issue. But I'm really happy with the way those turned out.
We'll do the same process for the shelves on the other side. Then we can plug the lights in and see what this project looks like so far. And I decided to go with option 3, the desk. This was the most practical use for the space and far less busy than a bookshelf. Now that the building portion of this project is done, we can start picking stains and paint colors. At the top are the 2 lime wash samples I'm considering using for the focal wall behind my bed. The stain color will be used for the shelves, the mantle, and faux wood beams we'll be creating in a future project. I decided to go with the darkest stain color, Kona, because I want this room to have a really earthy and natural feel, but I also want it to be slightly moody.
Alright guys, big day on the project today. We've finally got all the wood stained,
I did another coat on the stain, and I'm really liking the way the color has turned out, and not to mention it feels really nice and smooth. So now that we've got that done, we get to finally start painting, which I'm really excited about because it's the first time like the project really starts to feel like one big cohesive thing and not just a bunch of pieces put together. Really excited for today. I have a lot of prep work to do, taping off stuff. I want to mount the actual lights underneath here, get those out of the way so they're not going to be painted, and we can start painting. I'm really excited. I think I have made a horrible mistake. I woke up this morning and was laying in bed and literally stared at this wall for about 15 minutes. And this color ain't it. This color is like gray. And I don't want gray, I want white. And I think because I have a north-facing room, I need to go with a warmer undertone that's gonna go with the cooler undertones of the wood. So, I mean, luckily I only did one coat, but this ain't it. So I gotta run to the store and pick out a new color. Say as I do, do as I say, not as I do. Check your paints before you commit, because this happens. Gonna start over. Okay, well, at least I didn't do the whole room yet.
After running to Sherwin-Williams and picking up some extra white, we are back on track. All right, and after a few finishing touches, hanging the mantle, and installing the fireplace, this project is done. That's gonna do it for our first episode. I hope you enjoyed. I have a lot of projects lined up. I hope you come on this journey with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.